Okay, we're recording, everybody. What's your favorite ice cream? If you didn't have it in front of you, where are you from? I didn't text you, Angie, because I saw you on here, okay? Okay, Monique. Can you hear me? Thumbs up. Casey, can you hear me? Thumbs up. Okay, Casey, start us off. What's your favorite ice cream, unless you're chowing on it, and show us if you're eating it right now. And where are you from?
I'm from Rockland, California, and my favorite ice cream is coffee. And boy, I wish I would have known we were eating ice cream. I would have brought it.
How many times can we post ice cream for ice cream?
Sorry, I've been taking care of my uncle all day. Sorry, it's the first time I got on.
Well, at least you made the important part, and that is getting on.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Holly, hi. Where are you from? What's your favorite ice cream? Are you eating it?
No, I'm eating meatballs, but I'm from Middleton, Idaho.
Meatballs, yummy.
Janae, what's your favorite ice cream? Where are you from? Oh, Holly, what's your favorite ice cream? I forgot.
Oh, my favorite ice cream is Heath ice cream.
Heath, yum. Janae, unmute. Let's hear your voice there, princess. Janae, do you know how to unmute yourself? We want to hear from you, sister. Don't be ignoring us.
How you doing?
Hi.
Cincinnati, Ohio. My favorite ice cream is cherry cordial. And sorry, I'm a little distracted. My husband's currently in the hospital, so I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to listen to the nurse and listen to ours.
Welcome. From where did you say? I didn't hear you. Sorry, you get to unmute again.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Woo woo. Okay, Lindsay, what's your favorite ice cream? Where are you from?
My favorite ice cream is butter pecan. Ooh. And I'm from Boise, Idaho.
Michelle, what's your favorite ice cream? We're the only ones eating ice cream. Are we the only one that got the memo, even though I know I posted it about a dozen times?
I got the memo.
Maybe people just don't like ice cream like we do.
Well, it's dinner time here, so we don't need ice cream for dinner. But anyways, my favorite ice cream is anything with peanut butter, and I am from Orland, California.
Chocolate peanut butter right here from Tillamook.
Hey.
Angie just had surgery today, bless her heart, and she's on the call. Tell us about, Angie, what's your favorite ice cream? Where are you from?
Well, I'm in Rose City, Michigan. I'm from Pontiac, Michigan. My favorite ice cream is vanilla or black cherry. And right now I am sucking on a pure coconut popsicle because I had a tube in me and my throat is killing me. So
atta girl. You know what? You're so going to the Bermuda. It's the least that can happen now.
Right?
I love that. Christine.
I have to go take 6.
Hi, I'm from Reno, Nevada, and I don't know, I like Oreo ice cream.
That's Christine. What's your last name? How do you say Alfred?
Alfred, yep, that's it.
Mary.
Can she see you?
Yes. Mary Jepson from Reno, and anything with caramel.
Ooh. Sunny.
Sunny calling in from Sumter, South Carolina. And my favorite kind of ice cream is anything I can put peanut butter in. I don't like the peanut butter in it. I add it myself.
I'd want to do both.
I don't see peanut butter in it like mixed in. I like the swirls of it myself.
You're fine. Yeah, she's waving. Look.
Look, I'm waving at you. I know. Tell your mama you want some ice cream right now.
Ice cream? Go make a root beer float. Go make a root beer float. Go.
So Lori, hopefully she chimed in. Butter pecan from Florida, and she's eating it, and she wanted to know how you're doing. Can you guys see the chat? So you can keep up on the chat. If we forget about the chat, then you can chime in. I think we have one more. Monique, tell us where you're from. How are you?
I'm from Junee, New South Wales, Australia, and my favourite ice cream is passion fruit.
Passion fruit. Did you hear that? She's from Australia. Oh, we're so glad you made that. We tried to make this call so it was a good time for you. As far as you didn't have to get up super crack early. Okay.
It's a good time. It's 11 a.m. here, so it's a good time.
Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna mute all of you, and then you can always unmute yourself when you want to chime in or type a question or a thought. We're gonna talk fast, so listen fast, and just know you can always come back to the recording and replay it, slow it down and replay it, because I've been told, I know, I talk fast and I'm trying to eat ice cream. You know, I mean, I gotta eat this whole thing before it melts. Oh, just kidding. Whatever, Kenzel. No, you don't.
Let me know and I'll put it in the freezer.
Okay. I'm going to do a screen share. I'm going to try to do the screen share. Here it is. Let me know if you can see this. Can you guys see it? And I'll blow it up.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Boom. And there. No. Oh, here it is. Let me make it big. There. Now, can you guys all see that? Give me a thumbs up if you could see it.
What does it say on the top? Oh, you muted everybody?
I muted everyone. I can. Okay, you can start, honey, because I'm getting here now. I talk the whole time.
Okay.
It's a chunk. Come on, screaming. This is good. This reminds me of Bermuda, you guys. We're going to eat a lot of ice cream in Bermuda.
So I think one of the most important elements of earning Scentsi's annual incentive every year is your attitude towards it. What I mean by that is if your expectation is if this is going to be a lot of work or if this is hard, then, you know, I don't know if it's for me, versus this is something I'm willing to put the energy and the time and the effort into. And your expectation is that, you know, I'm going to have to work at this. You done?
Yep.
Okay. Then, so I think it's the expectation bar. So if your expectations are, you know, if this isn't going to be that hard and I'm not going to have to work that hard, then you'll probably be disappointed. If your expectation bar is very high or is relatively high, you know these things require effort. They require my focus. They require my attention, and they require my energy and my priority. So I'm going to prioritize this as my Scentsy business, you know, intently over the next 6 months, the 6 months of the incentive. Then these are very achievable. So it's really a function of attitude, focus, and putting priority to this on a daily, weekly, monthly basis consistently that drives the points that earn these annual incentives. And this is always, and I'm sure Danette, we've shared this 100 times, but this is always our fall business plan. What do we got to do to earn the Scentsy annual incentive? We break it down by months, which will show you an idea for that here in a minute. And then we work according to our plan of the numbers that we're going for in order to earn the incentive. And it becomes very achievable when you break it down into these monthly goals and then work out from them 1 month at a time. You don't let yourself become overwhelmed with anything in that way. And so this is something we've trained on in the past called the belief triangle, but the whole idea is if you believe you can do this and you set your expectations appropriately, then that drives the actions. If you don't believe you can do this, then you won't take the actions. So it starts with your belief internally. That drives the actions that need to be taken, which are related to your plan. And then those actions, obviously it's from actions that results come from. So, and then as you get those results and you're building your confidence in your ability to earn this, the stronger your belief becomes. The stronger your belief is, the more actions you're confident in taking. And the more actions you're taking, the better your results. And it just becomes this wonderful little cycle of growing beliefs, driving more actions, and you become more passionate about the light at the end of the tunnel that, man, I'm actually going to do this. How exciting is it going to be for me to be on this trip?
And you know what? Don't look up at the sky when we talk about, oh, you have to believe it. Because we hear that a lot. We hear that all the time. Like, yeah, I know. I have to believe it. So here's the challenge. We are our own bosses. We own our own business. We don't have another person above us telling us how to do it, what to do, when to do. We don't even, I mean, I was an educator. We never got this. We never got a huge bonus if we worked harder. So we are not going to sit here and tell you it's going to be so easy. It's so simple. Because nope, it's not. But just think of yourself when those of you who are parents, remember when you first got pregnant and you had that excitement and nervousy and excitement and nervous and you kind of went, oh my golly, oh my golly. You wanted it. You probably did not believe you were going to be a great parent initially, but that doesn't mean you gave up on it. There was something about you knowing that you're going to build a family, that you are going to make it work no matter what. So how do we get that belief when it comes to earning something that we want or achieving something that we want? I'm telling you, it happens between the ears. It has to be something you purposely and intentionally do every single day, and that is fuel your soul. What are you doing to be positive, to make yourself happy so you know you're going to have a good day? You absolutely have control over what you feed your mind. So in order for this belief triangle, for us to get to the Bermuda, for it to come to fruition, you must somehow, some way, come up with a way to feed yourself positively, either by another person, because you have this great power partner that you're going to bond with and you're going to connect with every single day somehow, whether it's live and in person, whether it's live on a call, whether it's PM, whatever that connection and communication is. But you have to be responsible for your emotional attachment to the Bermuda Triangle in this case, or your emotional attachment to you earning that next rank advancement. So how do you do that? Did you want to add something, honey?
Well, I think the point, one of your points is spot on, is we're our own bosses, right? So we have to create that own self-motivation. So it's our passion for wanting to do this. It's our belief in our ability to do it. And then it is also our passion and our belief that we can learn how to do these skills necessary to achieve it. So that's kind of the next step of this document that you're looking at here, is breaking down where you're at in the skill sets necessary to earn the incentive points. So we get incentive points for really all three of the areas of Sensei's foundation, which is buy, host, join, right? If you've been with Sensei, you hear the buy, host, join, buy, host, join. Well, doing those activities, buy, host, join, and doing them well drives our incentive points, which we'll show you a tracker here in a minute that you can kind of calculate kind of where you're going with this thing over the 6-month incentive period. But there's specific skills or specific things that we need to know how to do well, learn. It's kind of a on-the-job training. We need to learn how to do some of these things. If we don't know how to do them well already, then we want to invest a little bit of time in education to become better at each one of those. And the beauty of doing this approach is, even if you go for it this fall and let's say you come close, but something happened, some life thing interrupted or whatever, and you didn't quite earn it, you are developing the skill sets that are going to put you in a position to earn the annual incentive every single year, right?
And how do we know this? Because it has happened since we've implemented it. Yep. We have not missed an incentive trip since we started implementing our business plan / Sensei's trip tracker, which is actually our business tracker.
So you become good at each one of these skills, or some of these skills necessary to become really good at buy, host, join, then you're going to be earning the incentive points necessary to earn the annual incentive and go on these amazing trips. I don't think we need to spend any time talking about how awesome Sensei's annual incentive trips are and all the great places that we've gone over our career with Sensei in doing this. But that's why this is our business plan every fall. It's a bonus. We get this bonus at the end of our 6-month primary selling season. We get this bonus for working our business and then getting to go on this great vacation, all expenses paid.
So, and like he said, you gotta practice all of these different skills. So type in the chat, what does practice mean to you? So as I'm talking, we want to see your chat because we have you guys can see that hopefully on your screen. If not, there's a button at the top for you to click and it says open chat or something similar to that. So type in the chat, what does it mean, practice? What does practice mean to you? Okay, because that's what we were just saying. You gotta do all of these. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but in Cincy's write-ups it says by host join. We do join host by because we believe that is the lineage or the order, not lineage, that is the order that we do things. I don't try to get my customers to buy from me first. I want them to hop on board. I want to sponsor them. I want them to have this amazing opportunity that's changed their lives like it has for us. And I know they believe me because we have built that relationship. We've built the connection. They see it in my social world because I'm authentic about it. So far, Brandy says she thinks practice is repeat until satisfied. Excellent. Anyone else? Type in there your definition of practice. Constantly doing an activity to get better at it, Sunny says. And then Monique, keep going. Shanae, initiate the contact with your inner circle, friends and family. Then develop those great sharing methods to keep going until your comfort and even with people you don't know. So she said cold contacts. Yes, yippee, yippee. So here's a prime example. And Holly says you have to get a system that works and then just keep pushing. So practice is also pushing. Lori says implement your consistency plan. Implementing. All of these definitions of practice are coming up. Hi, Lee from Australia. We're glad you joined us even for a little bit. I saw your message. Keep doing something until it becomes the norm. Do you see how everyone kind of has an idea of what practice is, yet when we go to define it, we have all of these different ways to define it, but we have the same ends in sight. Go ahead.
One of the beautiful things about practicing, how you guys are all defining it there is fantastic, is that practicing exposes our weaknesses.
Boom!
And we should think about that not in a negative way.
Will you say that again, please?
Practicing exposes our weaknesses. So you're going to go practice something, and then you're going to see, oh, you know what? That didn't quite go the way that I'd hoped it would, because if your vision of practicing something, you're expecting a good outcome and you didn't get the outcome you expected, it exposed an area of opportunity for growth. So weakness is an opportunity for growth. Practice is an opportunity for us to identify a weakness that we can then go grow on. And growth typically comes from knowledge. Right? So we need some more education. We need to get, we expose the fact that maybe I didn't coach my host as well as I thought I had because the party result wasn't what I hoped it was. But I practiced that with her. I practiced it with the party, didn't get the result that I'd hoped for. Maybe I need to go do a little bit more knowledge building around how to better coach my host as an example. Okay. So hopefully that's useful to you. But that's the idea. Practicing really exposes where we need a little bit more knowledge, a little more education to become better at that particular thing.
And that's the beauty. If we immediately, and I could see some of your faces, and those of you who are looking, if you go back and look at the recording, it is kind of interesting. Glance at people's faces when they say exposes a weakness. Because initially we're all, what? Weakness? Ow. But you know what? It's so part of the norm. And I love how Casey said, never, never give up and you don't stop. That is practice. Never, never give up. Don't stop. Keep practicing exposing your weaknesses because it's just another way of saying what areas you have that you want to work on. They're an area that you may be a little challenged on, and yay! That's great because you know what? If you weren't challenged and if this was easy, everybody in the whole world would be doing it. And that's not the case, and that's why you're here. And just like you said, Michelle, room for improvement. That is practice. So how do we practice? Think of yourself as a parent. This is this analogy that I always like to use because everybody can relate to it. I am not a parent. I wanted to be. I was a teacher for years upon years, so I consider myself a little bit of kind of an extended parent. So no matter what, you can relate to it, being a parent. Just because you didn't know all the answers doesn't mean you didn't decide to have a child. And then all of a sudden a child comes and all of a sudden all these unanticipated things happen. And we didn't know what to do, but we're not going to throw away our baby. We're not going to give up our child because we ran into adversity. Why? Because we love that child. We love what we created. Your business is your child right now. Not as much, I don't read into this so crazy deep where it is as important. I'm not saying that family is always way more important, but I'm just trying to give you the analogy. If you looked at this as something that you just built from the ground up, oh wait, you did, you are, you have to start coming up with ways to practice, make those crazy, super fun boo-boos, and know you're gonna go on from them. Not if, you are gonna make a mistake as a parent. Not, oh, I hope I don't. Oh, you're gonna. You know why you gonna? Because you care so much. So when we talk about join, host, buy, hopefully you'll start getting into this mindset that, oh my gosh, yes, you can absolutely buy that 6-pack of bars from me. But you know what would be even better? You know, I can enter it, or I can let you earn it or enter it and earn a little bit of commission off of it. It's the same thing. And then, of course, if they don't say, oh, yes, I want to start my Scentsy business because I haven't proven it or asked them enough or proven how amazing it is, then I'll go into the host. Well, okay, well, at least you should do is just share a little bit more so you can get it for free. How about I just give you a basket? Or I like to do home parties. So how about we do a sip and sniff, not this Friday, but the following Friday. You gather all the gals and I'll bring all the stuff. We'll do a fun wine tasting and sniff it. And then if she still says no, then I'll say, okay, well, all right, well, this time I'll go ahead and do that. But you know what would be even better is if you might want to consider it coming up on back to school and the teachers are all out there. So maybe you should get a 6-pack of scent packs, maybe just for a fun treat. I'll make it fun package up, cutie pie for you to give as a teacher appreciation. Do you see what I'm going with there? I just went from trying to get them to obviously start this business opportunity, and all they wanted, they thought, was a 6-pack of bars. And then they said no to, if they say no to that, then I want them to host. And if they still aren't up for hosting, then I'll say, okay, but I'm going to try to upsell them because they don't necessarily know. And I'm the professional. I want to take care of them the way I want anybody to take care of me from things that I'm purchasing, like the ice cream man. If I'm going to buy this yummy chocolate peanut butter ice cream, I would love it if they said, oh my gosh, they have these cool new spoons. Have you seen them? And then I'd probably buy it because I love to be cool. But you get the idea. Where is your belief in your passion in all of our products? Where is your belief in your passion in Scentsy as a company, in our team Stretchy Pants and beyond, in yourself, in the direction, and building your emotional attachment to an incentive trip. So we can go on from there.
So Danette kind of did like a really brief, like little training concepts. What I'd like you to do in the chat is share. So let's say you practice something and you expose a weakness. Maybe some things you practice like, wow, I'm good at that. Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm really getting better at that. I'm good. But there's an area that you really want to get better at this. You know you need to get better at this to earn the incentive points in that particular area for this upcoming annual incentive. Where would you go to? What would be your go-to place to learn more about a particular area you wanted to learn more from?
That you wanted to work on.
Yeah, you wanted to work on. Share that in the chat window. Where would you go?
So for an example, give them an example. Let's say, are you talking about this? Okay, go ahead.
So let's say, so we set this up here on this document where you can rate yourself. So you can, you know, and honestly, some people rate themselves lower than they probably are in certain areas and maybe a little too high in other areas. But the general idea is for you to kind of do a self-assessment yourself, or you could do it with others if they know you. But the idea is to internally look at how good would I rate myself in each one of these categories. And then obviously the ones that you can already expose yourself as being an area that's not as strong as others, that's where you would want to spend some time in education and learning more about, you know, that particular area of how to earn incentive points from that particular thing.
So we're seeing your guys' posts. So, and that's so fun. And you don't have to broadcast it. And I love it that you are. It's great that you're saying, okay, this is my weakness, or this is the area I want to work on. However you look at it, we're not great at it. We just want to get better. That's all it means. So you're seeing, we're seeing training center because you want to sponsor better training center. Hopefully everyone knows about it. If you don't, be sure to ask because then you don't know. So just ask.
Training center on your Scentsy workstation.
And then Lori says you guys first. Possibly YouTube, workstation, YouTube, podcast. Yeah, Sonny, because there's so many of them out there, not just for Scentsy, for everything. And if you notice, the top podcasts right now, the top rated YouTube clicks and shows, well, other than the funny, dorky things, but hear me out. They're all about, wow, wow, wow. What do we tell ourselves? How do we build our belief? They're all about self-growth somehow, some way. Randy looks at SSD, at which SSD is doing kind of what they need help in. So you look to others who are doing what you aspire to do or are successful in an area that you perceive.
So, I mean, a great thing, you know, I go back to when Danette and I first started our Scentsy business, and nobody knew what worked. I mean, we had to talk about us doing our own trying things, and what were we calling it before? Where you're testing ideas.
Exposure to practice.
Yeah, practice. So we were practicing the home party. We were practicing the trade show event. We were practicing, basket drops with businesses. I mean, all that stuff was practice with no idea of whether it would work or not, because there weren't any proven concepts out there. People didn't know how to sell this stuff, or how to sponsor somebody, or how to get people to join the business. There was all kinds of learning going on. The beauty of today is it's proven how to go do it. You just got to go learn it and implement it yourself, and then get better at doing it yourself, and make it your own, make it authentic to you. So on the training center, on the workstation, on YouTube, reading Mary Christensen's books, or any resource that you want to tap into, there are already tools out there. You don't have to recreate the wheel, or you don't have to go try something from scratch that's never been tried before and figure out what you're going to fail at, or what your weakness is, because there's already proven approaches and methodologies already defined for you to go learn about. So I'd encourage you to invest a little bit in those areas that you feel you need to grow, and just go, just like Sonny said, go learn from the best. Go learn from SSDs who have already been there and done that. Yeah, thank you. Been there and done that, people who have proven that their actions are leading to the right kinds of results, and then emulate that yourself, and then put your own take to it, your own twist, your own authenticity to it. So
think of this, you guys. Raise your hand right now, because we can see those of you. And if you're not on the camera right now, then you can raise your hand in the chat. Raise your hand if you've looked up the incentive trip location. We fly out of New York, and then we're getting on a ship. Raise your hand if you've looked that up. If you've looked up the route, okay, so fun. Yeah. First step in getting to an incentive trip is knowing what the incentive trip is. Honestly, if the Bermuda doesn't jump out at you, you're not going to work your guts out for it. But what about Salt Lake City and SFR having it 100% paid for, and you don't have to worry about staying in a nosebleed VRBO and one day less than you really wanted to because you're just trying to save a buck? What about that? If you're not fired up about whatever the incentive is, what are you fired up about? You are responsible for getting yourself fired up for something. And so we cannot emphasize it enough. When you see this belief triangle, the beliefs, the actions, and the results, and the self-assessment, I swear to goodness, we do this every single incentive trip. We do this every single month. We don't necessarily have it as official check mark as you see right here. We put that together for you because it is such a routine that we do this. And let me just say, we earned top 100 for the last, I don't know how many times. Top 100, you guys. Last year, this is not being braggadocious. Last year, we had so many personal things go on in our life, and everybody does. You didn't see us posting on social media, oh, this happened and this happened. Oh, and by the way, we gave you updates and all that, but I let myself down because I wasn't sharing every single thing I was doing with you on Team Talk or on the team pages or outside world. I just didn't do it. I concentrated 100% on just doing what I could for my customers and my front line. That was all I could do to keep myself afloat. And then we earned top 100, and I'm going to say right now, I was not attached to Marco Island. I was attached to top 100. That's what bit me. I like recognition. I don't like things and stuff. I don't want to spend my money going out buying things that I think my team members want or that are going to make me feel good to give to you, because I believe in the gift of knowledge. And so to me, however I can convey that, however we can share that, it is my responsibility to figure out what it is about the incentive. So I wanted top 100. And then all this life happened. Every one of us has life happening. So what did I do? I worked my business 80%. Worked with the team 20%. Can't tell you how important that is. If you haven't heard it or read it in a multi-level marketing or network book, you will. You should spend 80% on anything that is generating PRV and sponsoring in your front line. 80% on growing your business, 20% on your team. Are you following that? I'm telling you, you can not believe it at first until you've walked in our shoes, until you've walked in those who can tell you over and over again, yeah, it's true. But we think that we have to share absolutely every moment of everything that happens, where in reality, it really is about what are you doing to get to your destination? What are your goals? What is your intentions of getting there? So create this emotional attachment, just like you did when you got pregnant. Did you not? Hear me out. Did you not have an emotional attachment when you knew you were pregnant? And then all of a sudden you visualize, I know, I've been there, I've seen it. You visualize the nursery, you can see the colors of the wall or the theme, or you visualize family trips, or maybe you even visualize you had this emotional attachment to initially the 3 of you going here or there, or the 5 of you go, you get my idea. Somehow, you put your mind in an emotional state, and you made it work. You made it happen. So what is it about this next incentive? So those of you who looked it up, you have, whether you know it or not, you have a little bit of interest. So
and you were building your passion for wanting to do this, right? So
knowing that, if you haven't, go look it up. Go look up the Bermuda, the trip. Go look up the whole route. There's something on that route that is going to fire you up. And if it doesn't, what is it about earning it that is? So then look at this rating, the join, the host, and the buy. Go rate your skills. After this call, whenever you have the most present time to be 100% present with you, rate yourself. And then this is what we do. I'm not kidding you guys. This is how we roll. Well, I wanted to say that first. So when you see the join and you see rate yourself 1 to 5, then 5 means excellent. I feel super comfortable. I would present on this at World Tour or at convention. That's not meaning you're gonna. No one's asking you to do that, but you should, because it's so great to come out of your little stretchy pants. Anyway, so rate yourself. And what we do, honestly, with our rating, if I see a 1 or a 2, I don't know what you do, but mine's 1, 2s, and some 3s. That's where I go bust a move and I get resourceful. I start feeding my brain. I go to all these resources that you guys just named and then some, and I constantly am feeding myself, and then I go out and practice, and then I expose my weaknesses, and I love it. I self-evaluate every single party I do, every single conversation I have, so get into that habit. So what are we gonna add? The point things?
Yeah.
Okay, so do that. You don't have to post or anything, but literally go do the self-assessment, add your own. This is something that we put together for you, but we want you to constantly be thinking about what do you want to work on, because just because you hit one incentive doesn't mean you don't want another. Just because you hit superstar director doesn't mean you don't still have goals. I mean, we still got to aspire to do more, be more, etc.
So I think we mentioned it, but if we didn't, we'll be posting this document out on Team Talk as soon as we're done. So you'll be able to print it out and write.
That's a good point, huh? Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
So so I would assume if you've looked into the trip at all, then you've looked at the how do I get points and how many points do I need? So this page, this second page of this document kind of breaks it down. How many points do I need to get SFR registration for free, for example. How many points do I need to earn the Bermuda cruise for 1? How many points do I need to earn the Bermuda cruise for 2? So those numbers are at the top, and then how you earn points are at the bottom, and then in between those two is a worksheet that you can fill in over the course of the 6 months of the incentive period for how many points you're planning on getting from each one of those categories, and then work to achieve those goals. So for example, let's say in August, you've looked at the points and you know you get 1 point for every PRV. So you're going to sell, we're going to say 1,000 because we want it to go for 1,000. It's 10% off month. Plus we have several special promotions going on that we can promote this month too, right? And also we might look at, okay, we get PRV consistency points, which is the next one down, based on what? 1,000 PRV 5 out of the 6 months. So my goal needs to be every month to do 1,000 in PRV, so I can get the 2,500 bonus points for consistency. So if you don't do it 1 month, then you're still going to earn the consistency points if you do it 5 out of the 6, right?
Raise your hand either on the chat or live. How many of you have already filled this out with your own predictions? Ooh, you must not want this incentive yet.
We got one.
I know. Not even half of you have done it. Yeah. So that right there should tell you a little bit about your commitment to earning an incentive.
This is critical, by the way. This is what this is when Danette says, well, how do we put our business plan together for the fall? This is what we do every year. For the annual incentive is our business plan. And this is
business plan.
This is the model that we use. We are putting in here where we're going to get our points. And do they always come in the exact spots, in the exact categories, and in the exact months that we project here in this? Heck no. But it gives us a goal to drive towards, and then we can update it every month if we want to. We can adjust it and go, okay, well, shoot, I didn't make it here, but I got more here. And so for next month, I'm going to need to do this to get back on track. You know, so you can do it in pencil and erase, or, you know, you can do this every month and just kind of update it. But the key is that you sit down and you think about a plan, and strategize, and you say, okay, well, how am I going to do 1,000 in PRV every month? What's my approach going to be? And if you're not sure, that's an area of weakness, right? So that you would want to shore up. So you maybe go do some training on sales approaches or ways to make more in PRV.
I believe so much in this. I'm calling you guys out right now. If you don't write it down, it's not important to you.
Yeah, it won't happen.
It's not going to happen if you don't fill this out. If you don't find a way to get yourself on an incentive, then you are a hobbyist, and yippee-ki-yay for you. But we said, this is what you do to get on an incentive trip. When you earn these incentive trips, then your business grows. You get this momentum thing. So it starts with filling it out. And I love how, I think it was Sunny, you said that you even showed it. You broadcasted it to your team. That is a huge commitment. But don't think you have to do this by yourself. Out of 16 of you, we saw 4 of you that said that you filled this out already. And you know what? I know the easiest thing. I'm telling you, I know. The easiest thing to say, oh my gosh, I've been so busy. I've had this and I've had that and da-da-da. Well, you know what? Think about the last time you wanted something and everything else got pushed to the side and you made it happen. What was that? What was that? It was a priority. You had an emotional, intrinsic motivation. You were attached to it. The hard part about this is it's 6 months. What am I going to do for 6? I can't keep that up for 6. No, we're not saying that you have to have that same freakazoid gut every second of every day. But what we're saying is, find something that motivates you and gives you that little rush as often as you possibly can. It's just like your why. It changes. It's not going to be the same thing today as it was when you first joined. So what is something you can do now? You know what? You freaking go fill this sheet out and then celebrate that. That is huge. Yep. That is something for you to celebrate. Yay. Don't just sit there and go, oh my God, I can't believe she just called me out. I can't believe she said it because she doesn't even know what's going on in my life. I don't have to know because I know that you're worth it. I know that you can do this. We have failed so much. You should learn from our pain.
So, and this is work. I mean, these aren't, if these were so easy to do, then everybody'd earn them, right? I mean, they require focus, they require energy, they require work, but you bust your hump for the 6-month time frame. And then what do we do when we're on these incentive trips? I remember sitting on the cruise on the boat in the Mediterranean, and we were all on that table. And
oh, wasn't that fun?
There must have been 15 of us, 20 of us, or whatever.
I know.
And, you know, and you raise your glass, whether you're a drinker or not. I raise my beer. And you know, you cheers each. I mean, this is a major accomplishment. This is where you're celebrating an accomplishment. Do you celebrate accomplishments that just come easy? No, you celebrate the accomplishments that are hard. And then, I'm not saying this is unachievable or hard, but I'm telling you, it requires a focused effort. It requires a focused effort. And if you put in the focused effort, you can earn this. Anybody can at any rank level. We've seen it.
Yeah, so. And I love it when people, because I hear this every year. Oh, you got top 100 again. I'm sure it's no problem for you. It's so easy. No, I'm glad you think that. But it would be super, super easy if I was this brilliant mastermind and had no life. But we all have a life. We always have this business plan. I love seeing your post just now because I'm going to hold you to it. How many of you just said, I just saw 3 of you at least, Monique and Angie and Lori. I'm going to print this out. I'm going to fill it out. And it's a good point, Lori. We need to, we'll put this on Team Talk too. Team Talk also, right? Yeah. For you guys to fill out. So now the next step. So you're trying to figure out, oh my gosh, I know I want this incentive, but I don't know why. So that's your job. That's job number 1, figure out why. Then rate yourself. Okay,
get passionate about wanting to do this. Because trust me, they're worth it. The effort is worth it. Okay. Yeah, Christine, this is a form that Ken whipped up. Okay, so we'll put it on Team Talk. So good thought. So knowing that, what do you do for August? All right. Well, instead of just saying I want to do 1,000 PRV. That's what I want to do. All right, yay, great start. So what we do in our business plan, and our business plan we've put out there so many times, but we're gonna do an entire fall training on it. Did I just let something out of the bag? First to know it, first to know. All about emerging leaders. We only want you if you're willing to put in the labor, because we've been there, you got it. Anyway, so then you wanna put August, September, all 6 months, lay them out, however you write, however it retains for you. And then you're going to say, okay, in August, this is what I have going on. This is what I know I want to do. This is what I know I have going on and planned. And this is what I need to get going. Something like that. You have, you want, you do. Something like, I'm making that part up. But the point is, don't just say I want 1,000 and call it good and then go to bed with, woohoo, I'm going to do it. You should be able to answer this question. If you put, especially for August, we're in it. If you're going to put 1,000 PRV in September, let's say. Yes. Then let's say Danette did that. I should be able to ask her and say, okay, how are you going to do it? And she should be able to articulate specifically, these are the things I'm going to do to get my 1,000 PRV in September. Prime example. These are the things I'm going to do to get my PRV that I have on my sheet in October. Prime example. Anyone else? Have you ever moved? Huge undertaking. Yeah, I'm not going to let my business go. You know why? I feel if I let my business go, then I'm letting myself down. My golly, we worked our freaking butts off the first 3 or 4 years. And now we have this down to where you could do what we did in probably 2 years if you put your mind to it. But I don't want to let Ken down, and I don't want to let you guys down. If I were just to go whoop whoop and be totally absent 100%, even though last fall we had a lot of personal stuff, I still made an effort to let you know, by golly, I care. Doesn't mean just because I don't send you things and I wasn't posting all the time, didn't mean I didn't care about you. It means I absolutely care about this business. And when I put a plan together for August, knowing that we were always also moving, mine was all about my basket shares and social media drives. I had a big open house. I offered fun customer appreciation discounts. And now, of course, we're pushing Spider-Man. Raise your elbow if you've, do a Spider-Man cast. Who sold a Spider-Man? I think I sold 7 Spider-Man because I was promoting it all at my open house. I have little cards. You guys I'm preaching to the choir here, but that's my plan. September, my plan is 2,000. What am I doing in September? I'm going to be in Florida, you guys, a total unknown entity.
Well, I've already looked up a few little events and little social things that I could do. It's in Florida area, and we're staying at a temporary home in the Villages, so come say hey. So I have that planned, and I know I'm going to have at least four bag. I just know it. I don't have them scheduled, but that's my rule. And then from those, I want to get at least 10 parties total. I already have 3, I think 3 parties for October, but I want 10. And then all of these little events, these PRV events, I'm constantly thinking, how can I get another PRV event? And how do I get at least 2 prospects? I want 2 prospects from every single PRV event. So you're following me? And then October, I want to, then November, you get the idea? I literally am putting together my trade show events, my marketings, my fundraisers, it's all listed in my sheet as my plan.
So, you know, one simple game plan, and there's video out there on this from a superstar director who had their 2 and 2 plan, and their whole goal was to sell 2,000 PRV every month and sponsor 2 people. Did they achieve it every month? No, but that was what they always built their activity plan around, was how am I going to sell 2,000 this month and sponsor 2 people? So, you know, whatever your method is, the activities have to mirror the desired outcome, is what I'm saying. So if your desired outcome is 1,000 a month and sponsoring 1 person, then what are your activities? Are your activities sufficient enough to have that outcome be a reality? So if there's, and that's one of the things it's great having an accountability buddy as you're doing a plan, like 6-month plan like this, so that you can kind of bounce things off of other people. Or you can use Team Talk and post it out there on Team Talk and say, you know, is it reasonable for me to think that I could have 1,500 in PRV this month if I did this, this, and this, you know? And then people can give feedback. Well, my average parties are actually more like this dollar amount. And when I did a fundraiser for, you know, for my kids choir, then, you know, this is what we got, you know. So I think that's really critical, is that you can look at your activity plan associated with your desired outcome in terms of incentive points, and you should feel some level of confidence that if I do those activities, I'm in fact going to get those numbers. And if you're not, that's exposing a weakness, right? You're practicing those things, and you're exposing a weakness, which gives you the opportunity to reevaluate, self-evaluate, and go, maybe I need to learn more about the A, B, or C to make sure that I'm getting the result that I planned for from those activities.
And I'm going to kick this up. I'm so tired of the word accountability buddy. Oh my gosh. Really, because we've taken it for granted. I know we're flippant about it. I don't know about you, but I want more than an accountability buddy. I want a power partner. I want someone that is going to push me.
I love that too.
If you don't have a power partner, find one. If you've already got an accountability buddy, how's that working for you? How many incentive trips have you guys earned together? If you don't have a power partner, then you be that power partner and you reach out. How many of you have shared anything about the incentive? If you have a team member, how many of you have shared something about this incentive with even one of your frontline that you have personally sponsored? If you haven't, get that happening. You work with your frontline. 80% of your business growing is your frontline. And if you work with your frontline right, then they're going to work with their frontline, which is your team. So that is our big focus, is, man. And notice in the incentive tracking that we get a lot more points from our own personal frontline. So keep that in mind. A power partner is someone who forces you to put those stretchy pants on. There's somebody who's going to give you the tough love. I mean, I'm looking at all you guys on right here, and I'm only noticing, and I could be wrong, but I'm thinking there's 4, maybe 5 of you that have ever earned an incentive trip. Yet I've spoken to many of you in the past that you wanted to earn the incentive trip, and you start out gung-ho, and then something happens. Called life. So that's where you are in your own head. Get the hell out of your own head. No more stinkin' thinking. You got to start making these things happen. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, way too hard. Inch by inch, people, that is a little bit of tasting of success and celebrating. Then a little bit of success and celebrating. Failures, woohoo, growth.
Learning opportunity.
You get the idea. So do you guys have any questions? And just unmute yourself if you have questions. You have something else to add? Sorry, he waved it.
Not sure I can remember what it was, but
this recording, by the way, is going to be up. Knowing that, every single, all 17, 19, 20, however many of you are even listening to the recording, we're going to know. And then, remind us, we're going to come back and we're going to see how many of you actually are on that boat with us. For shizzle.
So to the point I wanted to make is it's a little bit of tough love, but reality is it is so easy to start off, you know, on this marathon. It's 6 months, right? It's not like we're just walking around the block.
Not a sprint.
It's not a sprint. It's a bit of a marathon effort, and it's a priority for the first week, and maybe it's a priority for the first month. For some people, they can maintain that as a high priority in their life for 2-3 months in, and then something happens, and the priority level of earning this incentive, growing your business, doing the things that really are going to make things happen for you, goes down. Something gets in the way.
Because they forgot to celebrate the little things.
Some life event, some situation.
They had a poo-poo partner, not a power partner.
Something comes along and the priority level just goes click, 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 click. Next thing you know, the 6-month period is over and no incentive earned. So that's something, again, you have to look at internally and go, how am I going to maintain this as a priority in my life over this 6-month time frame? Because that's what it takes. You can't just like go crazy for 3 months and then back off. You got to stay on point.
Hey, you guys,
got to stay on point through the 6 months. And a lot of times it's like, oh, I missed on this in month 3, and I missed on this in month 4, and I was a little bit off on this in month 5.
Yay, keep going.
Now I got to make up all of that in month 6 in January. So sometimes you're busting your hump at the end of this thing, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Because, you know, so maybe you're doing what you got to do to earn the incentive in that 6th month to make up for a couple of little hiccups in the other 5 months. So, but you're busting your hump, and then you're celebrating on that boat, you know, cheering with everybody else who's put in the effort. So yeah, you're sweating, but you're celebrating, and it's a good reason to celebrate because you put in the effort, you made it happen, and that's a big success. We celebrate the big successes. Earning these annual incentives is a big success. And oh, by the way, you're going to make a lot more money.
Oh, there's that.
Because you built your business. All of these incentives are all based around the things you need to do to grow a business, make more money, and make more money consistently year over year over year going forward. That's why it's so important to learn these skills, identify your weaknesses, grow your abilities, and then earn these annual incentive trips, and guess what? You're going to make more money in 2019 than you did in 2018, and you're going to make more money in 2020 and 21 and 22 because you're going to re-implement the same plan over and over and over and over again, and guess what? It gets easier every year.
Don't overthink it, because you know how women are, especially. I have to throw that out there. We overthink it, and then all of a sudden we talk ourselves out of it because we expect or we anticipate the worst. But I love seeing how like Sunny, you said, not only did you share it, but your team member shared it with you. What a great power partner move there. Is to have some kind of tracker, whether you use the one we post or not. And we're going to keep it on Team Talk, not on a separate group for now, because we don't need another group right now. So no, we want to get everyone fired up about this incentive. So those will be on the files section that we're going to download. But share it with, not just share it with the teamie, but also hold them accountable. Have them share it with you or show you, because that's a great commitment. And I love how Brandy said, you know, I wasn't motivated by Marco, but I was motivated with the top 100. I love having the choice. I'm the recognition type. I'm not the physical type, gift type person sometimes, most of the time. But Brandy says once she's earned it, she never wants to miss another one. So she has FOMO.
But the beauty of earning it that first time is you have learned the process, you've developed the skills in order to do it. So you get there once, you set yourself up for success in future years too. So it may feel like a longer learning curve this time. Guess what? It's a much shorter learning curve the next time, and then the year after that, and the year after that. And is it worth it? Yes, because the trip is worth it. Is it worth it because you're going to make more money? Yes, because you're building your business in the right way.
And can you imagine if they did the annual incentive in the spring? I mean, it'd be even harder. We have the fall boom season, right, Lori? Fall boom products. What? Star Wars? What? Marvel? What? Jack? What?
10% off month right now.
Right now is 10% off month, and now we have Spidey. What comes out Monday, for those of us who are listening to the recorder after the fact, on August 19th, we have our new pet collection. Yeah. You guys, that's a whole different demographic. You look up pet information. I hope you saw the post I made today on Team Talk. Don't go posting other people's pet pictures. Do your own. If it's important to you, you're going to start putting your face all over social media because, you know, you want to get to Bermuda somehow, some way. And we're holding all of you accountable to that. So on Team Talk, we're going to do a post, and we want to know from those of you who have earned an incentive of any type, we want you to describe it. Wait for our post and then share it on there. We're not going to take your time right now, but don't just believe us. A lot of you have earned incentives, and it's meant a big deal to you, and you don't want to miss them again. So why is that? For those of us who have not earned one yet. Okay, so Angie, you had a question. Thank you for raising your hand. I love that. Such a fun feature.
Is she muted?
Yeah, she's gonna. I can see her. She's unmuting it.
Okay.
Nice, Lori. That means you shared it. Oh, I already answered it. Okay. Any other questions? You can unmute yourself if you'd like.
Yeah, just Q&A now. Any questions on the how you earn the points?
Okay, I remembered what I was gonna say.
No, you already said we answered it.
But I had another one.
Okay.
The drugs are kicking in. Okay, so I've already talked to the Humane Society, and I have a fundraiser scheduled for next month with them.
Brilliant.
But when I saw your fundraiser pad, I just downloaded it. So when I meet with her, I'm going to post the fundraiser on my page, but I'm going to give all of the volunteers at the Humane Society your page, and then together try to whip up something for them. I've used all my samples to give to all my friends so that they could try on their dogs and see where we go from that. But so far, I've got 3 responses back that they really love the product.
Ooh. Hey, I'm going to do a little power partner move on you because I love that you gave them all samples. And then what if they use that and post and then they get something from you?
That's what they're going to do.
It's like a little referral circle. And so, yeah, so if you've already thought of that. How, when you do your fundraisers, this is for all of you guys. When you do fundraisers, do you try to get parties booked from your fundraisers? Do you have some method of getting contact information? Do you have an actual way of asking them, some of them to join your Sensi team and start this business? If not, you're dropping the ball. Every single event you do is all about, in my world, it's getting a party book so you can sponsor them and gift them the party, or you can use the host earn a kit. That's my world, because I'm always wanting them to join first, then host, then buy.
Make sure you know that earn a kit.
So if you, even if you don't have a fundraiser scheduled, no matter what events you have going down, get them to know that you want them somehow on your team. Just ask them. It's flattering. Do it the right way, and they're going to know you're authentic, and nobody's going to be pissed off at you because you were kind enough to tell them why you think they'd be amazing at this business. And if they don't want to do it, oh, great. Well, then you should at least do a really fun share. I don't like to use the word host because it scares people, so does party. But it's all about you. Get yourself comfortable. I say that now, but when I started, all I said was host, join. I used to say all that, but now I've had lots of practice and lots of mistakes. Okay, who else has a question? You can just shout it out. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be on this cruise with all you guys. Look at that. We're going to take over the boat. Does that mean you don't care? None of you care? You don't even have one question?
I'm already calling Angie as a roommate on this cruise, just saying.
Just saying.
No, she's my
I love that. Oh, well then let's just get a 4, what do we call those on the ship, the cruise? Cabin. Cabin for 4.
4 cabin.
See, that's a lovely way of getting a power partner, is already committing to be the roommate.
Right. Ken, it's good to see you too, as part of our little Cincy family, because you've been working so hard trying to get everything done. Just shout out to you.
So nice. Yeah, he missed SFR and seeing all you guys. He call every day. It's like a girl with an ovary. I swear to goodness. Well, not a girl with an ovary.
Thank you, Angie.
She was like somebody with an ovary.
Thank you, Angie.
Hey, who'd you see
Thank
today?
you, Angie.
I said hello to you when we were at the VROB.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Missed all you guys.
All right. Show me your fingers on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 means, oh my golly, I am going to do it this time. 1 means this was the worst spent hour of my life. I'm out on earning the incentive. Show me. Oh, Brandy! Woo! Monique. Wait, no. Wait, I missed you. Angie's got her toes showing. Michelle's got it going. It's Tina, Casey. Nah! You guys, you just proclaimed it, and we've got it on video. What? Ooh, okay, so keep your ears and eyes posted for our super fun belief triangle, belief review. How many of you have seen the belief triangle before, hopefully? Because we didn't make that up. The belief triangle, raise the bar, beliefs. When their beliefs are high, then your actions happen more. And then when your actions happen, you get results. And then the results, build your belief bar. Raise the bar, get it? Yeah, we're raising the bar with our Mediterranean ice cream for the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, love you guys. If you have more questions, please pop them up, ask them on Team Talk and all of that. We're so glad you made the time, and tag your teamies when we post this recording, and then look for the documents, and by all means, if we forget, because you know we're moving,
I'll go post the document right now. And remember, Team Talk is always a great resource to ask questions over the 6-month period. If you're confused about this or want more ideas on how to accomplish certain things to earn incentive points, share it there, okay?
I almost forgot about the ice cream. Here's why ice cream. Bermuda's super hot, sand, beaches, and so we can eat ice cream. Here's the fun connection to ice cream for the Bermuda Belief Triangle. Every time you see ice cream, remember your goal. Every time between now and end of January, every time you see ice cream or think of ice cream, remember you are getting that buttocks of yours on that Bermuda cruise flying out of New York. Got it? Ice cream is your trigger. Okay, we'll see you, let's see. Other than on the ship.
See you on the boat.
See you on the boat, and then we'll see you at World Tour, because I think that's next. Okay, love and hugs. Bye-bye.